Standard 11, Unit 2, Poe. Confessions of a Born Spectator, written by Ogden Nash. This poem, written by Frederick Ogden Nash, who believes that a spectator can be as enthusiastic as a player. The poet talks about how people choose to opt for different sports in their lives or dedicate to become athletes. About the poet, Frederick Ogden Nash, who is popularly known as Ogden Nash, was born on 19th August 1902 and died on 19 May 1971. He was born in Ray, New York. He was an American poet, well known for his light verse, of which he wrote over 500 pieces. He published his first book for children, The Cricket of Carden, in 1925. His first published poem, Spring Comes to Moray Hills, appeared in New Yorker magazine in 1930. With his unconventional rhyming schemes, he was declared the country's best-known producer of humorous poetry. Now, let us see the poetry line by line with its explanations. Line number 1 to 2. One infant grows up and becomes a jockey. Another plays basketball or hockey. The explanation here is, one infant, that is a baby, grows up and becomes a horse rider, whereas another person wishes and plays basketball or hockey. This one, the prize ring, hates to enter. That one becomes tackle or center. Here, one person hates to enter the enclosed area, which is a boxing ring where the boxers fight, and another person becomes a tackle or an approach at the center of a game. I am just glad as glad can be that I am not them, that they are not me. Here the poet is feeling very happy, for he is just a spectator and not a sportsman. With all my heart I do admire athletes who sweat for fun or hire, who take the field in gaudy pomp and mime each other as they romp. From line number 7 to 10, the poet says, with whole heart, the poet admires the athletes who work very hard, sweating on the track for fun or hair. The athletes who carry their activities in the field with showy bright dresses gets injured as they play in a rough or energetic way. My limp and bashful spirit feeds on other people's heroic deeds. Here, the poet's weak and shy spirit support and admire other people's heroic deeds or achievements, which he could not do. Now A runs 90 yards to score. B knocks the champion to the floor, cracking vertebrae and spines, lashes his steed across the line. Here in these lines, the poet tries to explain the fact that A runs for 90 yards to get his score with his full effort, whereas B knocks him down and A gets injured, breaking his vertebrae and bones. He defeats his large, strong person across the line. You would think my ego it would please to swam positions with one of these. From line number 17 to 18, the poet tries to say, though he derives satisfaction admiring the talents of the athletes, he does not wish to exchange places with them. Well, ego it might be pleased enough, but zealous athletes play so rough, they do not ever in their dealings consider one another's feelings. Yes, of course, as the poet does not play with the active players, his ego is pleased enough because the athletes on the track never consider one another's feelings through their activities. I am glad that when my struggle begins, Twixt prudence and ego, prudence wins. The poet is glad that when his struggle begins between wisdom and ego, his wisdom wins over his ego. And here you should recall that the poet's wisdom chooses being a spectator, not a player who gets hurt often. When swollen eye meets gnarled fist, when snaps the knee and cracks the wrist, when official dumb demands, is there a doctor in the stands? Through these lines, the poet explains what happens if an athlete gets hurt in the ground. When the athlete's swollen eyes comes in contact with a rough and twisted blow and breaks his knees and crack the wrist, the officials demand treatment for them. So, he asks if there is a doctor in the pavilion stand. My soul in true thanksgiving speaks for this modest of physique. Here the explanation is so simple and direct. The poet's soul offers thanksgiving for his modest physique. Athletes, I will drink to you or eat with you or anything except compete with you. Here the poet is very frank enough to the sportsman and he says that he will drink with these athletes, eat with them or do anything except competing with the players. Thus the poet confesses being a born spectator.